let me say a special good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Those of you who are also viewing via GBN TV, whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, Channel 20, good morning to you all. So welcome to another edition of To The Point. Today being Friday, the 16th day of August, 2024. I'm your host, GT, with you this morning, and we jump in directly into an open line edition of the program this morning. And let's hear from you. 435-2041. You have the option of calling in directly, 435-2041. You could also call in via the WhatsApp, 435-2041. Let's hear from you this morning. There's probably an issue that you may want to speak about this morning. There's probably some, of course, an opinion you may like to share. You may have a concern that you may like to speak about. Feel free to do so. The option is open to you this morning until it's at 10 a.m. this morning. Feel free to do so, please. And you know the drill, folks. I think you should get used to it by now. Make sure whatever device in the background, whether it's your television or radio, have it turned off when you are ready to call. And when you're through calling, made your contribution, you have the option of turning it back up as long as you possibly could accommodate it at the level behind you. All right, feel free to do so. And keep your contribution, of course, short, please, so we can accommodate as much callers. Been getting that complaint that, hey, I'm letting too much folks take a long time making their contribution. Sometimes I understand you. We do have a lot to say, but let's try to just make the point and let's move on, please. Let's accommodate our first caller. Caller, good morning, your life. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning
How
to
are
you. I'm doing well, sir.
You survived the carnival, man.
I have survived, yes, sir. I have survived.
I say you have looked at things and then you get shattered.
No, not really. No.
You didn't get shattered by what you see?
No, I didn't, because I didn't attend any of the. I didn't attend any of the events in order for that to happen. I actually stayed.
All right. Anyhow, let me give my substantial views.
Yes.
And these are tobacco well pressed. Now, every one of us complaining about discipline, and they're talking about discipline even when they go to post office or when they go into different department or apartment or whatever it is. Now, as I know, and other people would know too, the majority of us are ill-disciplined, especially, I didn't say Ale, so please I don't expect anybody to call and say, I say you or them. Now, as far as I'm concerned, everybody that consider themselves, and bear in mind I use the word consider themselves educated. I don't even know what that means. But what I do know, education means fit to live and fit to live with. In other words, whatever good things you learn should be transmitted with you wherever you go. Since you're born, or even before you're born, to some extent, your life had been shaped even in the mother's womb. In the mother's womb. So if a child is ill-disciplined or a man is ill-disciplined, it seems to me that that's the training you got at your home. You must be trained, and you display what you see and do what you see. So you should be able to transfer what you learn from one situation to another. In other words, it's a big word, transformation, but it could be a little word for a lot of us. Now, it only means that you should be able to carry it over wherever you go. Whether you have 40 CXC or you do not have a CXC. And people with certain qualification, academic qualification, put it so, they have a tendency, when you go to them in any department or in any place, they feel they are superior to you because they have this little bit of subject. So they feel they are educated. But educated means fit to live and fit to live with. In other words, you must have good manners. You must know how to approach people. You must be able to make a reasonable living depending on what you do. It's not showing off. When you show off, you only showing off your external attributes. No, this is what we have to do. We have to train people. And we don't have to get training in the department in which we work. We must come with our training from our home. And you have to obey I didn't say everything, you know. You have to obey certain orders. So when you go to work, you should be trained in that particular field. Trained in that particular field. Not because you are a mathematician or you feel you are 16 degree in sociology or whatever it is. You still must know how to deal with people. That's why people cannot understand me. I always believe that if somebody is talking stupid, it's better you turn away from them. Or if you cannot deal with them, or they cannot understand you, well, cease speaking. I've said a lot of things on the air, and a lot of people would refute it. But I'll say, poor souls, they do not know what they know. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Have yourself a great Friday. What's left of it, sir? 435-2041. We have a caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Welcome. And you're live. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and how are you?
I am doing good this morning, I must say. Thanks for asking.
Well, I don't have much of a complaint. I have more of a concern. Now, I want to start from Panorama. Panorama started an hour and a half late. I cannot imagine why. They started an hour and a half late, but not only did they start an hour and a half late, when they started with the Tivoli drummers, whatever, drummers. Then they went over to, what do you call it, a bamboo making noise. I mean, they all sound good. They all were very nice. They went over to a steel band, one person playing a steel band. And, you know, all these things to me should have been left to go through when the bands are changing, getting off the stage and coming on the stage. These things could have been done then, rather than you already start an hour and a half, and here you bringing on these different activities, bringing it even longer. I mean, I was leaving the Panorama, and I was seeing people sleeping, and this was after 11. I mean, it shouldn't be that way at all. That's the Panorama. Then Juve, I don't have much complaint to talk about Juve, because Juve is Juve, and people enjoy themselves and carry on. But when you go to Monday Night Mass, which went and didn't finish till after 2 minutes to 3, I think that is ridiculous. That should not go ahead like that. And then you have the people who are playing that afternoon parade. The trucks have to go to the Monday Night Mass after they're finished that late. And then the trucks still have to go to the Tuesday parade. The Tuesday parade, I think the bands were beautiful. I have not seen a carnival for a long time with that much bands. The costumes and everything were wonderful. It's the display of these women, how they carry themselves. I was looking at, is it Bain and Associate? They were very, very good. And I thought they were going to get Band of the Year. They came down, and they came down on time. They were the first band. They came down and they displayed their sections. And the MC was talking and saying, this is what the section is all about, this and that and that and that. And it was beautiful. You didn't have nobody whining and kneeling, putting their hands on the ground and cocking their butt up and flapping their butts in the air. They had none of that. It was well displayed. It reminds me of when I used to play carnival. And I think a lot of these things are disgusting, because when you look at the men all had pants on, short pants. Why can't the women have something to cover themselves? Even though they want to have the tongue between whatever, they could have a flap that would cover their butt and not display that like that. And I think a lot of the people that are behaving that way are people who are coming from overseas to play mass, and they don't even have a knowledge or anything about mass. And so they carry on in that manner. Some of them maybe never even play mass before. And I think this is a big problem that people don't understand. And the band managers have a right to tell them, well, when we get in front of the judges, you display your behavior in a more appropriate way. And I don't know how much of that they tell them. The bands came down so late that I don't think, when I left the area, about after 7, there were still 2 bands coming. And outside was dark. I don't think the judges were able to do a proper judging of these bands because they were so late and outside was so dark. Well, that's my issue on Carnival. I have another issue. I went into Flow to do some transaction. And there was a lady who was wearing a piece of, I don't know what it is, a pants. It was knitted, but that big holes in it so you could actually see her skin. At first I thought she wasn't wearing any underwear. But when I look carefully, because half of her cheeks were out, when I look carefully, I see she must have been wearing a gown because you see that line coming. And she sat down there. And when she got up, the security guard turned to me and he said, "Ma'am, you could sit down there. It's your turn next." I said, "No, I'm not going to sit there where this type of woman just got up." And I think this is the problem. It has to start with all departments, not only Carnival. When people come into the department and the areas with this kind of outfit that is not suitable, you ask them to leave. Go and get dressed appropriate. And she had on a bra, not a bra, but a knitted thing that was a bra. And people need to know how to carry this up. And I have to tell you 100%, I saw she came down on vacation. But you have to tell them. I was walking downtown one day, and I saw the storage. She had on a bikini walking the street. And I said to her, "Ma'am, that's not appropriate. You don't walk our streets like that." And she turned around and she said, "Sorry, ma'am." She opened her bag and she got a coverall and she covered herself. And that is what's supposed to happen. If people begin to talk and complain. But I see a man in Nigeria with a towel wrapped around him coming from the beach. And I said to the security guard, "Would you not tell this guy not to come in the store like looking like that with a towel wrapped around him?" You know what the security guard said to me? "That's not my position. My position is for management to tell them. And if management don't tell them, I am not going to tell them." So everything begins everywhere, and we are not doing it. Some are just afraid to talk, and it's pure sadness. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. And, of course, appreciate it a whole lot. We do have another caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. I appreciate your patience, sir.
Well, like 6 minutes gone for that last call already. 13 minutes in the program gone already. And I clearly hear you say, I just wonder if it's grown folks or children with us be calling the program. You have to tell them, please turn the device down. Every single day you have some callers. You have to tell them that. Grown people, you tell them, make their comment brief. They have to talk a whole newspaper. I mean, it's grown folks. We're calling the program. You don't have to be nagging, have to be repeating yourself. So, come on, man. Anyhow, my main issue is there's a lot of mosquitoes in the area. And, you know, every year after Carnival pass, you have a bad cold or some sickness going around. So I please urging people, try and get rid of whatever old tire or utensils that are catching water or whatever. Make sure that your drain running so that mosquito won't breed and multiply. Because I don't want to get sick out there after some mosquito that come from my neighbor. Anyhow, thank you, brother.
Appreciate your contribution, sir. Thank you also. Let's take another call before the break. Caller via WhatsApp. You're live. Good morning.
Morning, GT. The problem with us, we try to criticize each other for the very thing we do. That's all I'll say about that. Anyway, the conversation this morning. First of all, GT, for GBN, I thought it was a mistake that was made yesterday, and I repeated again. In the news, there's a piece of news item that talks about the Dominican Republic of the Congo. I don't know, maybe the person is supposed to be the Democratic Republic of Congo. It was two different pieces of news. And to me, it related to the Mpox, I think. But this is unbecoming. Then you do need to check it what they go with. Now, in terms of the main conversation for this morning, in terms of customer service, I would say that that's a reflection of who we are as people. In the first instance, we have not been trained to listen and to observe. We are stuck in our head, so we don't notice people's presence. So we in our head, so we operate unconsciously. So what we needed is to help people to listen, one, and observe, and also we need to begin from the homes. I mean, everything is chaotic in this place. It's a chaotic world. We have people looking at wars and internalizing that. No wonder you see in carnival time so many weapons and so on. So we need to really, become radically honest, which we are not. And in fact, we are dishonest in every sense of it. We steal from each other. Have anybody consider why we have so much security guards? It tells you something. Up until the 70s, before the political upheaval, when the Bloody Monday and so on, told us to be unprotected in the sense of no wrought iron and nothing like that. And now everybody wrought iron the place, and we don't trust each other. So this is a problem. Then the thing on the body, and I'll end up here. Part of the issue is more complex than what is coming forward. We have been taught to despise our body. So whenever we see reflection of our own body, we get problem. I'm not saying that condone what is happening, but we need to have a wider conversation. Basically, we as African people have been taught to hate ourselves. We hate our bodies, so any display of other bodies brings the problem to us. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Have a great day yourself, sir. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we will entertain more of your calls here on the program, the Open Line Edition. After the point, we will be right back after the break.
Head back. Labukan Creative Center presents the final staging of I Do at the Duluth Cinema Grenville, Sunday, August 25th at 6 p.m. Tickets available at Labukan Creative Center, Gotefet, and St. Andrew's Pharmacy at $75. It's the most hilarious comedy ever staged in Grenada. It's I Do by Uriah Speeches, Sunday, 25th, Deluxe Cinema Grenville at 6 p.m. Don't you miss it.
The heat is on. The pressure is real. Every ball, every boundary, every wicket, a battle for Caribbean supremacy. 6 teams, 1 dream. The Caribbean Premier League returns, and this time it's personal. Get ready for the carnival of cricket, the rhythm, the passion, the unstoppable energy of the CPL. Get ready for the rhythms of the islands and the roar of the crowds. Biggest stars, the most passionate fans, the ultimate party atmosphere. This is cricket like you've never experienced it. Are you ready to feel the rhythm? CPL 2024. It's more than cricket. It's an experience. It's life.
For your team.
Violence is never the answer. Let's talk it out. We need a safe space for our children to grow up, so let us respect each other. You see this little light of mine? I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna keep it burning. Remember, the answer is love. A message from the Ministry of National Security. This little light of mine.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point. Today, Friday, the 16th day of August. We have an open line edition this morning, folks, which means you listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in, sharing your views and concerns this morning. There's probably an issue you may like to speak of. Feel free to do so. And again, I will beg of you to keep your contribution as short as possible. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Hi, Gigi. A pleasant good morning to you, and how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very well. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, yes.
Gigi, my gripe on the carnival issue is that persons calling and saying that that person should wear that and that person shouldn't wear that. Now, we live in a world where God make us uniquely, right? And if somebody wants to wear something, that is their choice. I find people like to want to make people live their life for them. You have to live your life to please you. If somebody wants to walk the street naked, that's their choice. If I want to walk the road with clothes on, properly dressed, that's my choice. GT, I cannot tell you what to do. You cannot tell me what to do neither. You could only give an advice. But at the end of the day, it's a person's choice to do what they want to do. Sometimes we just like to wash other people's linen, and their linen is dirty. We must learn to clean our linen before we look at other person's linen. That is a problem we have in Grenada. And if we all learn to mind our own business and do our own business and focus on our own business, the world would be a better place. That is my contribution. We must learn to respect each other's opinion and other person's choices. That is my opinion.
Thank you so much, caller. Have a great day yourself and a great Friday and a great weekend to come. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're live. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I just want to make a point. Hello?
Caller, you're live. Go right ahead. We hearing you loud and clear.
I listened to the caller who criticized certain masquerades and the way they dress and how people just dress. Now, that caller have a foreign accent. That is not a real Grenadian accent. And she said she went to some business place and how somebody was dressed and she didn't want to sit where the person sit. I wonder if she ever ride on the train, because that lady live in big country already. And if you ride on the train in big cities, subways, you see all different kind of people. So let's close it like that. I personally like traditional mass. I'm a rural Grenadian. I like traditional mass. But if people want to play whatever mass they want to play, that's their personal business. It don't bother me. But when I'm in Grenada, I love traditional mass. But I cannot choose for people. We don't living in Iran and Iraq and Saudi Arabia and them places. Even socialist country Cuba. Cuba is more liberal than Grenada when it comes to the way people dress. They make love in public and all them things. So I don't understand. I think, and if we talk about, if you look at a lot of things we do in masquerade, if you look at in Africa, in tribal village, where even people keep virginity, they have dances that look sexual too. So what? The feminine body is sexual. Anyway, that's my point. I have nothing else to say.
Appreciate your contribution, sir. Have a great day. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, GP.
Good morning to you.
I will be brief. I just wanted to let the public know that the WHO has declared mpox or monkeypox PHIC, which means that it's a public health concern right now. So what that means is that basically when there is spread of a particular disease that creates a threat to the public, not just in its locality, but it has the potential to spread beyond its boundaries, so like beyond Africa, because it was first discovered in the African region. Now it is on the side of Africa, and if to our research, we would recall that in May of 2022, there was concern after there was a surge in cases. We know right now that there are a number of cases, and it is spreading beyond Africa. So, for example, there are more than 15,600 cases, and as a result, 537 deaths. Now, this is serious. So, what the Ministry of Health has started to do is that internally, we have started to collaborate with our main stakeholders, and main stakeholders in that case would be, of course, our CAFA network, our regional CMOs network, our regional Ministries of Health network, as well as the Pan American Health Organization. And so I'm putting that information out there so that when the time comes for if that happens, a heightened alert, the public will not panic and they will not be asking, what is the Ministry of Health doing? Now is the time for individuals to take some time and educate themselves and take the message from the trusted sources. Now, I am saying that because we live in a village, a global village, where technology is the order of the day, and we do expect there to be a heightened amount of misinformation and disinformation. And so persons need to take it on themselves right now and make it their business to know what is happening. Because why the public health emergency of international concern was declared is because we live in a village of global travel. Pretty soon, the cruise ship season will open, and we are going to be hearing about all sorts of things. So persons need to really take heed and get the information. They need to make the right choices. You have a great weekend, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and interesting information you, of course, presented. Thank you a whole lot. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, GT.
Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning?
Man, not too bad at all. GT, well, how was the carnival season for you? Did you
Pretty quiet one for me. I opted out of attending any of the events. It's just one of those years I just took a bit of a back seat for a wee bit. But you never know. For 2025, when the Almighty permits, I may attend. Let's see how that rolls.
I do GT, well, it's a good thing I didn't come down because I'll come to hang with you, man.
All right, Baz. Let's hear your contribution this morning.
All right. Anyway, okay, I heard they was talking about like the way people dress.
Yeah.
All right, we have to realize, right, there's a thing they call indecent exposure, all right? So once you reach that stage, that means you break the law. Mm-hmm. So long as the people is not violating the law of the country, I don't think we should have a problem with that. And then we know it's carnival season, because if you go to like Brazil and all these places, and them, most of the costume, you know, is painting, all right?
Yes.
All right. So let us pray and hope that painting don't reach in Grenada, all right? Okay, another thing I want to talk about, I know during the carnival season, as the gentleman was saying before, usually they come down with like flu and all these things coming, you know?
Yes.
But what I would like to see the health ministers stepping up the game on is like, okay, I don't know if you remember, like back in the days, like I remember during Gary days, they used to have like people from the health department going around and they spraying the tires, the pens, you know, like around your kitchen.
Well, it's been done, you know. I only yesterday I actually saw a team in my particular area, and they were spraying the tires and the under the culverts and so forth. They were actually doing that. So I would not say it's not happening.
Okay, and another thing to like, you know, they used to pass and they're doing the fogging again.
Yes.
They have to, okay, maybe they should do some of it. I heard
that is also been done. That has also been done.
Of Carrico, yeah, because I heard for the people of Carrico and Pitimatin, like they was asking about like having the fog go up there because of the rain and all what took place over there. So maybe they should do some over there too, and some of the spraying. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about. GT, do you look at cricket?
You like to put me on the spot a whole lot, huh?
He's my brother, man. Who do you want me to talk to?
You actually like to put me on the spot a whole lot. I may not be the best sporting fan, you know?
Yeah.
I may not be the best sporting fan to ask a question of that nature, but
But the reason I ask you that, I see what Western is doing. GT, I'm so disappointed because I download the app on my phone to take it to work with me. All right, and then West Indies, it's like we're going downhill. We did so good yesterday, bowling South Africa. We had them for 9 for 97. And then after the two guys just remained there and they went up to 160. All right, and then West Indies come now, 97 for 7. The bowlers did good. Okay, you have the gentleman Joseph take five wickets. All right, and then okay, when it comes to our batting, we have a problem with our batting. I think we need to work on our batting, man. And I think if they start giving small island like Grenada, Dominica, St. Vincent, they start bringing back players like that, the young players, and then I think we could do very good. But when the selectors select, they're selecting already. They have their favorite, which is Barbados and Trinidad. You understand? So I like people to talk about that. And let me talk about some type of sports, and I think we got the people who represent Grenada coming back today, and let us give them a warm welcome. And GT,
all right, so true, man.
Always a pleasure speaking to you. And let me warn the vendors, please don't put water in the honey. For the visitors going back home, the doors that GT have a honey is like water. All right, so I want them now.
Man.
So GT,
have a good one. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Always a pleasure talking to you, my friend.
Take it easy, man. All the best. 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point this morning here on Classic Radio and GBN TV. And let's take a couple of the comments out there this morning before we go back to the phone line. Make sure my lines are disengaged. And let's take this comment from the WhatsApp. This individual is saying, GT, the people who call and try to be moral police, like Saudi Arabia needs to cognate of a free state and not a religious moral state as the dictatorial countries of Grenada need not be lectured. People and mind their business. Well, I'm not sure where that comment is going anyway, but let's try another one again. What will be done about the beaches after Juve? The individual leave their dirty clothing on the beach. There should be policemen monitoring the beaches after jab. Let's try another comment once again. See what is on the WhatsApp. Good morning, GT. I want to let the young woman that spoke earlier on the program. The Word of God tells us that should dress modest. Our bodies is the temple of the living God, and one should not expose their bodies like that. Reading some of the comments once again. Let's go back to the WhatsApp, and I think that's it for the comments via the WhatsApp. Let's try some comments via the Facebook, if there's any that is need to be thrown out. Let's take this one from Rose. She's saying, I don't think the problem is West Indies. How about he appreciate that the wicket is a good wicket, and just my views. I guess she's referring to the of course last caller who spoke about West Indies. He was a little bit disappointed in their performance. There's a different type of band to suit different tastes. Those who want a more covered up experience and with more fabric, look for that type of band. Those who want their near naked experience, they are free to be part of that band. I just don't stress myself what these people wear, or I think I turn my face, as Israel is saying, if I see something that I'm not impressed with. All right. Let's go back to the comments once again. Don't forget, folks, the lines are still open. 435-2041, both WhatsApp and direct. 435-2041. And let's take this comment also. If someone chooses not to dress besides Carnival, they could in the law be controlled those decisions. And the people who use their discussion because of mentality, it's not okay to them. Only my opinion. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome, and you're live. Good morning. Caller, good morning. You're live. I guess the caller didn't want to be part of it. They were not paying attention. 435-2041, open line this morning. We're looking at 25 minutes moving out before at 10 o'clock this morning. Don't forget the program goes up until 10. It's an open line this morning here on the program, 435-2041. And I think it may be appropriate for us to take a break in this segment. When we come back, we entertain more of your calls, more of your contributions via the WhatsApp and the Facebook comment section when we return. Stay with us. We will be right back.
Rennick and Thompson in collaboration with Mafas.
It's been 3 weeks since Hurricane Beryl tore through Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, and Jamaica. Now as the region slowly starts rebuilding from yet another climate change-induced weather disaster, there's some serious questions. Who foots the bill? What's fair? And what about the next storm that may soon roar through the region?
We also need to urgently reform the international financial system so more money and more long-term concessional loans can be provided to small and vulnerable states. I'm calling for all climate finance commitments to be fulfilled immediately. We can still make a difference.
Mention the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low pole there.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, call me, and ask for a piece of cake. I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K105 FM, GBN's Facebook page and YouTube channel for We Culture.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point. Friday, the 16th of August, an open line edition this morning. Listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in and share your views and concern. Telephone number you can call 435-2041, whether you want to call via the WhatsApp or you also have the option of calling me directly. Caller, good morning, you're live.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Very well also. Very well also.
This is Hannah, mother.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
Everything.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, they're listening.
All right.
But I don't like some of the carnival show. It is Fat Lady and them.
You're not happy about that?
No, I ain't happy about that at all. That ain't looking nice at all.
Well, as I would say, everyone has the option of doing what they like in their personal preference. It may not be something that you will do on a personal level for yourself, but if an individual, we're living in a free world, I understand. So folks have the right to whatever makes them happy. All right?
Yeah.
It may not be happy for you to view it, so but I understand where you're coming from. All right.
But I find they had this one them late too, like the lady say, because when I watch it. Them will come on and they about maybe after 4 or so, and they think they'll start since about 1 o'clock so.
Right.
They ban on them, and you see they portraying, but I don't see them children and themselves say like the chutney and thing.
All right.
I don't really even see that self.
Well, I hope next time around, of course, what you would like to see, you will be able to see it.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good morning.
Okay, you take care.
Have a good one. All right. Call up via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome, and you're live.
Good morning, JT.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. I hope you are well as well.
Yeah, I'm doing
Listen,
good.
a couple of contributions. I spoke on the program before, Mr. Joseph, but sometimes, you can't talk for too long. My contribution is, right, a lot of people are complaining about the dressing of people, especially people from foreign. And they are right. But listen to me, it's a two-way thing. Because long time now, carnival going on for years, and I've seen men, Grenadian men, I'm from Grenada, so I'm not throwing a stone, but I live in foreign, right? Jacking up on woman skinning up so and they're winding up and kind of thing. It's like, almost like having sex, right? Everybody see that. Nobody ain't saying nothing about that. Now we escalate now where people are dressing kind of funky, right? So that is one of the contributions. The other thing is, JT, I was down there about a week ago, and I always rent a vehicle when I come to Grenada. And I wouldn't take the hills, because it's too dangerous for me and my family. And I have a 15-year-old son with me. We come in St. David's Way. And I don't know the area too well, but before, when you come in from St. David's Way and you're coming down that stretch there by Lassa, as you reach the bottom and you kind of reach Lassa Jess, I see a van coming down and like a mini kind of van truck. I said to my son, if that ever go out of order, we're killing all of us, including himself, right? People are driving too fast when the road is nice. They're taking their time over the bumps, but when they get a straight piece of road, like a stretch type of thing, they're driving too fast. Another thing about the driving, right? They drive with full beam on. And my son says, Dad, there's an answer for every question. And he says to me that one of the contributions is that people's eyes are bad in Grenada. Because Grenada are already dark when you're driving, right? And people don't get enough eye tests like they do elsewhere. And this is why they have to drive with full beam on. But that dazzling people, and that could cause a lot of accidents. Again, I know that it's always been like that in Grenada for a long time, but it's not a good thing. So that's my contribution.
Certainly, I appreciate your contribution and certainly do understand where you're coming from. Have a good day, sir.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. We have approximately 17 minutes left on today's program. It's to the point. Let's go back to the phone caller. Welcome. Good morning. And you're live.
Good morning, Jetty. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I just want to make a point concerning, I made the point yesterday morning with the children and the timing and the show. The same show he had in Progress Park. The Wednesday before the show, he had between 4 or 5 of them little children, between like 8, 9, 10 years, 11 years. And these children going down in the park late in the evening. And one of them, the other teacher from Kajona school. And he said, where are you going this hour? That was between like after 6 minutes to 7. So we going in the park. You know what they're going in the park and do? They are 2 big long knives. They're going to hide their knives the Wednesday evening for Friday night. I mean, it's really sad.
And you actually saw those youngsters with those knives going and do that?
When teacher tried to take the knife from one, because one of them children going to school in his school. And the next one put the next big knife in the bush. The teacher one look for the knife, take his hand and beat the bush, search the bush to get the other knife. You understand? About between 4 or 5 of them. And I mean, it's real sad for little children, 8, 9, 10, 11 years, around that age group, to go in and thinking about going and put knife in Progress Park for the Friday night. Since the Wednesday, they're going to hide a knife, So if you're watching them to go inside Friday night, they were put inside there already. You understand? Asking parents to open their eyes. Open their eyes. Look for the knife in your kitchen. Ask them little boys where the knife is. Because the only time I was missing a knife is when kite den season, Because they will take your knife and go and look for flexi and all this kind of thing on them. Them children too small for that. At this age, I mean, it's real sad. You understand?
All right. That is a bit of a concern there.
Yes, there's a lot of concern.
All right.
Watch me. Is to say, I was strong as before. I hold it each and every day and I blaze the backside. Let the parents go and get the police and I go explain to the police why I blaze them, you know. I didn't afraid to do that because I have to protect my community. I have to protect my children in my community. You understand? Because I just live a good life in my community. Have a good weekend, my brother.
You too. Have a good day yourself.
My partner Innocent for winning the crown.
All right, man. All right. Thanks a whole lot. All right, 435-2041. Let's take this contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying, good morning, GT. Good morning, Grenada. While we are over concerned about the skimpy costumes female masqueraders wear, were any of the gunshots and stabbings committed by these ladies, or have any of them found in the possession of the dangerous weapons confiscated by the police? Why are we talking about the men who commit crimes and trying to mar the carnival for all? What are we doing with guns and the dangerous weapons in carnival? Let's be fair. Certainly I understand where that particular caller is coming from, that who making a contribution via the WhatsApp, I should say. That contribution is making, they certainly do understand that. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning, and you're live.
Hey, good morning, and how are you?
Doing good, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Yeah, just a quick comment, and maybe I might have missed it. So the guys who like sing calypsos or perform, I think in the past they used to give credit to the composer, the writer, the arranger, and given that we are big on promoting, for example, the creative industry, I don't think I've heard enough said about even the guys who won or who would have competed, who wrote the songs, if they did themselves, or who arranged it, or who helped them with the music, etc. So I think much more credit must be given to those folks who contribute towards the art form.
All right. Understandably so. But I think I did hear, of course, my good bro, of course, and co-worker Innocent did mention, of course, and gave credit to his the individual that assisted him in, of course, in composing his songs. So I know for that. Not true for the other artists, but I did heard my good bro Innocent speak about that. Anyway, thank you a whole lot, sir. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041, open line edition of To The Point this morning here on Classic Radio GBN TV. We have 13 minutes left before we take a wrap for today's program. And let's take another contribution from the WhatsApp this morning. Good morning, GT. A caller made a comment about West Indies, and I think we as small islands should pull out from West Indies cricket. And from our own organization or even countries by country because the bigger islands like Trinidad, Barbados, and Jamaica are the only country that where players are selected from. Very biased. Carriacou tried stepping in and they were not able. I even think that we would put up a better fight than what we have on the right that we have on right now. Thank you for, of course, that contribution there, caller. 435-2041. Couple more minutes left before we wrap today's program. 435-2041. Open line edition for To The Point for today, Friday. Our final edition for this week. Pretty short week. Just a couple of days we were able to present the program for you. We had Monday and Tuesday being Carnival, Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, and today, Friday's program. We'll be back next week in full swing, having our guests and so forth with us on the program. Hey, folks, let's take that break, and then we come back, we get into our final segment of calls. Feel free to get your thoughts together and of course, contributions you'd like to make when we come back after the break. Stay with us, folks. Don't touch it down.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us number one. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11. K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point. It's Friday, the 16th day of August. For a vast majority of us, maybe all final work day for the work for the week of work for this week. There are those who do the weekend, but for a vast majority, Friday may be all final day for us at work, including myself. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome, and you're live. Caller, good morning. You're welcome, and you're live. Good morning. Guess we lost that caller there. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're live. Caller, you're live. Good morning. I'm not sure what's happening with that caller there. Maybe you should check your line and give us a call back. 435-2041. 435. You also have the option of calling via the WhatsApp also. We await a caller. Just a few more minutes left on our program this morning. Just approximately 6 minutes or so left on our program for this morning. Let's see if I could grab some of the contributions via the, of course, Facebook. Let's take a caller via WhatsApp. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome in your live.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. GT?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah,
Yes.
I think I heard a caller a while ago talking about, well, let's call it insularity in the West Indies team.
Yes.
Right, but well, I don't know because the opening batsman, one of the opening batsmen is from St. Kitts. I can't remember his name now. He opens with the captain. And then you have Kathy, which bats at number 3. Kathy is from a small island of the road, St. Martin. Yeah, Kathy is from St. Martin. Then you have Hodge and Athenes. They are both from Dominica. Right? They are both from Dominica. So you have that's 1, 2, 3, 4 small islanders on the West Indies team. Mm-hmm. So I can't see why you're talking about Barbados and those places. I really don't know. I think.
Well, I'm assuming he's just a little bit. I'm assuming he's a little bit unhappy in terms of West Indies not winning. Maybe and thinking, well, maybe it's just the bigger islands that are playing. That's why.
Yep, like all of us. West Indies bowled very well yesterday, and then South Africa came and South Africa bowled very well too. I think we need to look at the game. I don't think for what I saw most of the batsmen, and I don't think any batsman willfully gave away his wicket. The ball that bowled Bradford, the captain, that was a beauty. And at the same time, some of at least 2 of the wickets that the fast bowler from Ghana, young Joseph Gott. They were beautiful deliveries. So I think yesterday was a very good day of cricket. I mean, I really do hope West Indies could go on at least chip away and at least overtake the first inning score of South Africa, or at least don't let South Africa go on in a big lead. I mean, for cricket enthusiasts, it was a very good day of cricket. Yes, I hated that we bowled ourselves into a beautiful position, but South Africa come back and bowling themselves in a good position. That is cricket, that lovely game of glorious uncertainties. Take care, GT. Have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one, too. And thanks for offering that little bit of clarification there. For, of course, if the caller that called in and mentioned it, maybe may have missed that part of it. Thanks for that. Thank you for that so much. 435-2041. We still have just approximately 4 minutes or so left on today's program. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome and you're live. Good morning.
Hello.
Sorry, we can't accommodate your call. If your radio, whatever device you have in the background is that loud, I will not be accommodating it. So make sure you have that taken care of, please, before you call in. Let's go to the Facebook and get a comment via the Facebook. GT, I want to zero in on the caller who is blaming the foreigners for the exotic dressing during the 2 days of Carnival. We have to stop that, because when a foreigner comes to partake in our Carnival, we're coming to play in Grenadian mass band, and we choose the costume that we like to pay their monies to become part of that band. I didn't see a foreign band that was all Grenadian band. And let's not be naive, because people in Grenada are ordering these types of clothing from the internet. We have to post it home and from them, and don't blame the foreigners. So let's start blaming from home. Kind of getting your point, whoever's making that contribution, they have sort of getting your point a wee bit. 435-2041, 435-2041, open line this morning here on To The Point. Just approximately 3 minutes left, which means we probably get to the stage where we could call it quits for today. I want to take the time to thank all who contributed towards today's program. I appreciate it a whole lot. And of matter of fact, for the last couple of days, we had the program. Thank you for being part of it. And join me again next week, once the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything else. I will be back here to take care of the program for you. Have a good one, folks, and see you again next week. That's what we say goodbye for today's program for today. Goodbye, folks.